This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We're at the press conference here for George Groves versus Chris EUBANK Jr., February 17th, Manchester Arena. I'm joined by Chris EUBANK Jr. How are you, Chris?
Pretty good, pretty good. Just got off a plane about 6 hours ago from Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and straight into a press conference with Groves. I'm active, to say the least.
I see some of your Insta posts with French Montana and Joshua, and looks quite, good out there, shall we say?
You know, a nice little break away from England, from the cold weather. I was on a private island less than 12 hours ago with billionaires and sheikhs and Future and Young Thug and rappers, and it's a different lifestyle, man. But now we're back to reality, and we got a nice solid 10-11 week training camp now to put Groves in a whole world of pain.
How would you sum up the press conference today? Well, to quote George Groves, there was a lot of interesting sound bites, shall we say?
He's weak, man. And, I saw a lot of negative attitude. I didn't see any confidence. I saw an act. I saw a facade. He's put on a brave face, in my opinion. He's saying things that don't make sense, and just his whole demeanor. Everything's negative. He looks worried. He looks like the gravity of the situation is getting to him, which is good for me, I guess.
In the press conference, he said that from the fight experience or the levels of which he's competed at in comparison to yours, that would favour him.
Yeah, getting knocked out in front of 80,000 people is not really, in my opinion, going to help him against me. He's had some big fights. He's had some big losses. He knows how to get knocked out. He knows how to lose. He knows how to lose definitively. My loss was not definitive. So when I put him in that space, in that situation again, he will accept it because he's been there before and he's accepted it before. For me, if I'm in any type of situation, which I don't believe he will be able to get me into, I won't accept it. I will push through. This is the biggest fight of my career. This is a fight that can solidify my legacy. It can put me on the world map to stay, the boxing world map. So there's no way in hell I'm letting this opportunity slip through my fingers.
We've spoken about this before, the whole trainer situation, and it was obviously brought up again in the press conference today with Ronnie Davis and certain quotes that you've said about, and also in reference to George, if he needs or instruction from Shane McGuigan, that's not going to help him. But talking about you today, why is Ronnie Davis on the top table there today?
Ronnie Davis has been with me my entire career.
But is he there as a trainer to you or not?
He can't train me. He's nearly 100 years old. No disrespect, Davis, but he can't hold the pads. He can't, but he's there to guide me. He guided my father, and he's the overseer. He makes sure everything runs smooth, everything runs clockwork. He gets my sparring partners in. He sets up the training times. No, he doesn't train me, but he's there to make sure I can train to the best of my ability. He makes sure nobody gets in my way. All the time wasters, all the hangers on, anybody who's trying to get in there and waste my time, he's the man that sifts through the weeds and gets rid of the people that aren't going to benefit me.
So you class yourself as self-trained?
At the moment, yeah. I mean, I have a pad man in this man here who is not actually a legitimate boxing trainer. I had a pad man called Anthony Brown who I've worked for years, and or I've worked with for years, and he had a serious bike injury, so now he can't walk. One of his legs is busted up, so he can't walk for the next couple of months. So now I have a man in Sonny who has been around me for years, and I've kind of I've told him what I want from him to do. He's not telling me, he's not giving me instructions. I've said, listen, I like it this way, and we've kind of, I've had to force myself to work with somebody new, because I can't just start bringing in new people and training a different way. I know how I want to train, so I'm steering him, and we're working out a way, and it's working. It's actually working very well. He's come on a long way. I don't need somebody there who is going to, you have to fight like this, you have to move like that, you have to throw your punches like that. I'm 28 years old. I've been boxing since I was 14. I know what I need to do. So now I just, I just have people around me who can help me do what I need to do, help me train how I want to train.
So is this going to be like this for the rest of your career? Or is that... you can't say that now.
I can't predict the future. Who knows? Maybe I'll be introduced or meet somebody who I feel is legitimate enough, or who works well with me enough for me to say, okay, yeah, this is my official trainer. This guy's actually training me. But until then, I'm gonna do what's been working for me my entire career, which is being guided by my father, by Ronnie Davis, but at the same time, really just training how I want to train, doing the things I feel I need to improve on. If anything's going to change, for right now, as long as I'm winning, it's going to stay how it is.
So, what was the idea about when Adam Booth came on board for a short while? There must have been some thought behind you needing a trainer at that point.
It was a trial. We were at a stage where my father was very busy. He wasn't in the gym a lot. Like I said, Ronnie is how he is. At his age, he can't be holding pads and stuff like that. I'd seen Adam do his work with David and George. I knew he knew his way around the game enough to be around me, so it was a trial period, and it didn't work out, But for right now, I'm in a good place. I'm happy with the team I've got around me, and we're preparing for war. This is what this is going to be. Groves is, he's not smart. He's one of these guys. If he gets in trouble, if he gets rocked or hurt, he goes into like fight mode. He goes into just standing still and swinging. And if you do that with me, I'm going to catch you. I'm going to press that button. And, with him, if you press the button hard enough, the lights turn off. That's my prediction. He's not going to make it to the 12th round. I'll be surprised if he makes it even halfway through the fight before I push that button and raise my hands.
Where did the rumours come from that you may pull out of this fight?
That came from your best bum chum Saunders and James DeGALE and all the people who don't want to see me succeed, and want to use my name to make a headline and to get themselves a bit of limelight. He's not gonna fight. He's gonna pull out. He doesn't really want it. It's bull. It's irrelevant. I'm here. I'm training. I'm ready. And on February 17th, I'm shocking the world. And it's funny to me because it's not. I love the fact that there's people out there that genuinely believe that I can't win. That genuinely believe like Groves is going to be too much for me. Like it's great. That's the reason why I actually haven't released footage of me beating up Groves in the gym, because I like the fact that people don't think I can do this, because it's going to make it even all the more special when I do it.
Bum chum, I haven't heard that since I was about 14.
Yeah,
it's a great quote.
You guys are best buds, and Saunders is what can I say? What is it? He hasn't done much over the last 2 years, and he's so far off my radar now. It's like I don't even the fact that he has a decision win over me doesn't even bother me anymore, because it's like people already know what would happen if we got in the ring again. So without even fighting him, I've already beat him, just from what I'm doing, just from who I've become as a fighter. Obviously, if the opportunity arises to get the rematch, I'll take it. But if it doesn't come, it doesn't matter to me. He needs me. I don't need him. I don't need him at all. I've got huge fights on the horizon. I've got mega fights, you know, one after the other in my path. What does he have? He has David Lemieux in December, which I don't think he'll get past. Hopefully he does. And I mean that. I want him to, because I want to be the one to take the O. But do I think he'll beat him? Probably not. He doesn't look like he has it in him. We'll see.
Okay. Callum Smith obviously has to fight Jürgen Bremer to fill the other place in this final for next year. Do you believe Callum Smith will beat Jürgen Bremer?
I actually haven't seen enough of Jürgen to really say. I haven't even seen that much of Callum. I watched his last fight and I've seen like one or two before, but you know, it'll be a good fight. And but you know, neither one of them have done anything in this tournament to make me think, you know, to make me think, okay, I need to watch out for this guy, or okay, this guy's got something that's going to trouble me. You know, regardless of who wins that fight, it'll be a great fight when I meet them in the final.
A fight that every fight fan wants to see still is that of you and James DeGALE. I think until that fight happens, it'll be one of these that will keep getting talked about. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure. And you know, I'm hearing now DeGALE is saying he wants to fight me. He doesn't even want to fight the winner of the tournament. Now he's saying he wants to fight me, which is great. It's great for the fans. It's great for boxing, and you know, I think the thought process behind him now is that he's seeing how much recognition and publicity I'm getting, and he knows how much money can be made from fighting me. So now it's just like, oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna have one last big fight. And I'm gonna retire. Same with George. I think this is his retirement. This is his retirement fight here. Make a nice little bit of change, and sail off into the sunset. So I'm going to help him get his boat.
Obviously he's in action, next week actually, defending his IBF title. So,
well, good luck to him. Hopefully he wins, so that when we fight, it makes it more exciting. Whether he has a belt or not, people want to see that fight. But you know, whoever this Caleb guy is, do I really want to fight him? No, because nobody knows him, and it's not a rivalry. You know, the fights that capture the imagination of the public and inspire people are the fights where there's a genuine story, and me and DeGALE have that story. So hopefully he does what he's supposed to do, and then we can get it on after this tournament's done.
Do you see yourself fully as a super middleweight?
No, I'm not a super middleweight. I'm a middleweight. I walk around at 12 stone.
For your career, though, are you, like I said, I've asked you this before, but it's what fights come for you at what time?
That's all it is. It's you know, it's the best fights for me at whatever moment in time. If that's a fight at middleweight, then I will go to middleweight. At the moment, the best fights for me at super middleweight. That's why I moved up. But that's not to say that, you know, if an opportunity to fight an Alvarez or a Golovkin at middleweight, if that comes up, then I wouldn't take that after this tournament's done. But for right now, I am a super middleweight, and I will continue to campaign at this weight until I need to move down or up.
I asked Calla this earlier on. The winner of this tournament, the trophy aside, the money aside, the fights you've won aside, what's after that? Have you looked that far ahead?
No. Why would I? If you look that far ahead, that means you're not focusing on the task at hand. I'm not even looking at the final of this tournament. I'm just looking at Groves. That's all I'm focused on. He is the man that I have to beat and he has my full attention, which is extremely unfortunate for him. Anybody who has my full attention is in serious trouble.
You said in the press conference about, well, you asked George whether you should release the footage of the sparring. You believe that wouldn't be in George's favour for that to happen, by the sounds of it?
I know it wouldn't, because I've watched the footage. He knows what happened. I know what happened. That's enough. But you know, if he keeps saying things like Chudinov is a harder fight than me, then maybe I'll have to put a couple rounds out there for everyone to just calm him down a little bit, put him in his place.
Okay. How many rounds have you got? That 9.
I've got years worth of sparring with him.
Right.
I sparred him over many years, and most of those sessions were filmed. So you know, it's one of those things. It's like, but like I said, I like the fact that people don't think I can do this. So do I really want to actually put that footage out there and then have people think, oh, you know what? He's gonna smash Groves. I don't want that. I want the haters and the doubters and the naysayers and the keyboard warriors. I want them to stay in their place. I want them to go into this fight doubting that I have any chance of winning. Because then when I do, wow, he did it. That's amazing.
Totally unrelated from anything we've been talking about. Have you been watching Khan in the Jungle, Chris?
I have not seen any of the I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here episodes. I actually was asked to go on there myself a little while ago.
What, for this one just gone?
Not for this one, it was a previous one. But you know, this is not for someone of where I'm at in my career. You know, this is not. I don't even know why Amir's doing it. Why, you know, he can't need the money. He can't need. For him, I think it's like it's a public persona thing. He's been getting a lot of flack a lot lately over social media, and I think he kind of thinks, all right, if I go into the jungle and be a nice guy, then he'll win people back over. But yeah, no, that's not for me, man. I pig testicles and the camel eyeballs and all this stuff that these guys have to go through and eat, and you know, that's a madness to me. I don't know how anybody does it. I don't know how my dad went into there. But it actually worked out well for him. He came out of there a superstar. He's already a superstar, but people maybe who didn't know, you know, oh, I don't know if I like him, they loved him. And now, you know, he's got little kids who watch the show and they all know him. So it was good for him. You know, and I wish Amir the best of luck.
I think you'd be quite good on that.
I'd be good at the physical challenges. You know, I don't care about spiders and snakes and all that stuff. But out of principle, I would never eat any of that stuff. So it's like it wouldn't be good to have me on the show because, okay, you have to do this bush tucker trial and eat a horse brain. I'm not eating it. So then the rest of my campmates are gonna starve, and then I'm the bad guy. And I know, and you know, I don't mind being the bad guy. I have no issue with being the bad guy. So it wouldn't be a smart move for me to go in there because there's certain things I just won't do.
Fair point. Have you got anything else you'd like to add, Christopher?
I'm happy. I'm in a great place in my life. I've got a great team around me. I'm having fun. And this is my time, 2018. Only going to be big fights. Only going to be big fights. Only going to be big wins. Boxing is an all-time high. British boxing especially, you know. We got this. It's the new golden era, and it's a privilege to be a part of it. So, yeah, I'm happy.
Chris EUBANK Jr., thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. Best of luck in camp, and I'm sure we'll catch up for you ahead of February the 17th in Manchester.